Right, let's start with the Daily Star then, gents and Mark. Victor's out of your league. This reference, United and Chelsea told Victor Osimhen too pricey for Prem. He's been tearing up Serie A with Napoli, hasn't he, Mark? But looks like Manchester United are going to miss out on him. £170 million rated. Just how good is he, and just how much of a blow is it that only PSG can afford him?
Yeah, well, he was a sensation last season, wasn't he? He was, I think, top scorer in Serie A. Had he been fit in the quarter-final against Milan, I think Napoli would have got through to the semis of the Champions League, and who knows whether they would have gone from there. But he's clearly one of the top strikers in Europe right now. Man United need a striker. It's pretty clear that they want a striker. They've made it pretty obvious they want to sign a top striker, but they still haven't done it. They've brought in, they're going to sign Andre Onana pretty soon. They brought in Mason Mount, but we've all been told they've got about £120 million to spend this summer, and they've already spent or accounted for about £100 million of that. So £25 million, £20 million is not going to get Victor Osimhen. It's not going to get Harry Kane. So Rasmus Højlund, the guy at Atalanta, is the young striker they're looking at. But I think Osimhen at that price, even for half the price, is going to be a stretch for a club like United, because unless they can sell a lot of their unwanted players, they're not going to be able to afford him. But at that price, I don't think anybody's going to be able to afford him. No,
it's pretty steep, isn't it, Dave? I mean, Mark mentioned Harry Kane there. Looks like Manchester United are going to miss out on him. No great surprise. And they struggled a little bit this time last year, didn't they, to kind of land players early in the window?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of people thought Kane would end up at United last year. It seemed as though Kane fancied a move only to another Premier League club. Now it's now definitely the smoke signals coming from Kane's camp are that he'd be open to the Bayern Munich move, which will be being mooted elsewhere today again. Munich are, only going to 60, 70 million, and Daniel Levy simply isn't going to sell for that. So that's a whole different ballgame. But in terms of United for Kane, as Mark said, the money isn't there. Mount's a very good footballer, but didn't seem like the sort of priority for them. And as for Osimhen, I mean, there never seemed any likelihood of him coming to the Premier League this year. He's one of those rarities, in fact, that he's a big name on the continent, but is really out of, price-wise, out of a league of even the Premier League's biggest clubs, which is unusual in this day and age of the Premier League's financial dominance. But he's an outstanding talent. We'd all love to see him play in the Premier League one day, but it's not going to be this summer.
Yeah, I mean, Aurelio De Laurentiis, Mark, says that only PSG can afford Osimhen. If he's being linked with PSG, do we think that's the end of Mbappe at PSG? Can we see this potentially, because you said 170 is a lot of money, they might get quite a bit for Mbappe?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously Mbappe is the one that looks like he's going to go to Real Madrid at some point, and that will, you're right, raise a lot of money. They've obviously got Lionel Messi off the wage bill as well this summer. So, with no Messi, with no Mbappe, that's probably at least £1 million a week off the wage bill. There's a massive fee potentially coming in for Mbappe. Maybe Neymar might go as well. So they need to replace at least two of their star forwards and maybe three. So Osimhen is the obvious one. And I think, maybe De Laurentiis is just putting a price tag on Osimhen, saying, look, if you got £170 million PSG, you can have him. I don't think PSG would pay that. I don't think he's that level. I think they learnt the lesson from the Neymar deal when they spent £200 million on him and broke the record. And nobody's come close to that fee ever since. So I think Napoli being a bit cute there. I think they know that the market isn't that strong this summer, and that they're not going to get anything like that for Osimhen. But put a price tag on him by all means. And if somebody's prepared to pay 120, 130, 140, then they'll have got a good deal. But I just don't see anybody going for it at that figure.